So, have you missed me? I might have stopped uploading, but I certainly haven't stopped filming. Every day since episode 99, I've tried to film just a little bit every day, compiling an episode 100. Okay. So, day one past vlog, I'm still recording though, so...
Wednesday the 23rd of November.
25th, 26th, Monday 28th.
Feels weird not having to make a video.
12/13. November 29
of November, waiting on heat.
Second lift of the week. I need a haircut really badly. December 1st, and because I'm not vlogging, I can wear the same shorts and skins jersey. Friday, 2nd of December. Last night's lift with Rupert was Saturday
So it's still Saturday the 3rd of
December 4th. Very conflicted this morning as to what to do for my workout. 5th of December, rock climbed yesterday. Tuesday, 6th of December, what is it, 7th? Thursday the 8th, we've got new interns coming in today. Saturday the 11th, 14th, 12th. What's the date, Durham? Quick Christmas Eve lift. Haven't trained in 6 days. 8:20 on the 27th. It all started back on the 22nd of November when that drone, or this drone more accurately, cost $600. And given I used about 30 seconds of footage in the Portland video, that makes it $20 per second. In unrelated news, I started meditating. I cut bread out of my breakfast, no toast anymore, just beans, avocado, and that small handful of nuts. Added hip thrusts back into my program. First time hip thrusting since the butt surgery. To overcome my lack of time for reading, I started using Blinkist, a book summary app with 50 minutes of cross trainer, and I'm gonna blink a book a day. Went to my first ever NBL game. It was awesome. The next day after the game, I took Aaron to the train and rode my bike back home.
Made it to Camberwell. Tram tracks.
I kept up my running, but I also kept on losing. At least it wasn't to Davey this time. He was out on the boat. The meditating and the running dropped away as we started getting busier and busier working on holiday programs for our athletes. Otherwise though, I was still pretty consistent with my training. I foam rolled and stretched like a champion. I core lifted 110, then 115, then 120, which will be a post-butt PB. I've got 13 days to hit 135-ish, which means I've got 2 or 3 lifts, which means I've got to be perfect here. Hey, look. And finally 125. Couldn't quite get to my goal of 140 kilos. But I did get my chin-up goal. Yeah. 1 goal out of like 6. To go along with the holiday program, I made 3 resource how-to videos over on the Core Advantage page. Unfortunately though, they were killer on my shin. Also, I haven't run this week because my shins are a little sore. And my hammies are really like neurally tight. So I wonder if I need a bit of treatment. I went bouldering, but still not as often as I'd like. Tommy's first workout in 3 weeks. I started training at night. The big issue will be whether I can get to sleep at all, or if I'll just be wired all night and then end up becoming nocturnal and it'll be useless. And my mate Rupert filled in for Davey while he was away. Clean chin, core lift, push up, Nordic, and then eat. Rupert's a beast. Let's go, come on. The night training's going okay, although it's a little early to call how sustainable it will be. It was hot last night, so I think that might have played a role as well. Not the greatest night's sleep last night, but the productivity in the morning is well worth it. The lighting isn't great for vlogs either. I hiked to Cape Shank with Michael and Jazz. It's a big one.
I'm scared.
Just do what Michael did, it seemed to work.
Yeah, he just runs under you.
Ah!
Run past it! Run! There's the lighthouse. Is that Cape Shank down that you're taking photos of now? Yep.
There's Cape.
Cape Shank's the area.
Ah.
I think.
So there's no like specific
point. Oh, that's a point then, isn't it? Not a cape.
Yeah.
My bad. Okay. There's the end. There's part of point cape. Yep.
I hit a decent amount of cardio, mostly kept entertained with Vsauce videos.
He's got 5 to go. I'm done. Right in time for the city to surf, so I'm gonna get some breakfast. Mountain to surf. Mountain to surf.
It's harder. My Nordic improved steadily, but I'm still not happy with my level of hip flexion. I even managed to get nose to cushion. I helped Rupert tidy up his clean. Went and saw the new Star Wars movie.
That was like a 9. At least.
Twice.
Solid 9.5.
Second time round, still a 9 for sure.
Continued to roll and stretch like a boss. I keep forgetting to film my rolling with these nighttime workouts, so this is staged. Tried a new breakfast of peanut butter, toast with spinach, tomato and avocado and chili flakes. Which is a backflip on my last taking the toast out of breakfast, but it was in response to starting training at night. It gets a video, I'll explain it later. I started experimenting with an instant Asian noodle soup for lunch, and that's it.
Keep updated.
I hiked to Cape Schanck again, this time in thongs. I'm in thongs. And we went to the beach instead of the lighthouse. Tried stand-up paddleboarding for the first time ever. And I got a little sick straight after though, and that ruined my chances of testing my 400 before Christmas. So I failed miserably on all my goals. Speaking of Christmas, this year was stinking hot, which was very different to last year. I got jocks.
Jocks! Yes! How many?
Shark jocks! Yes! And a new G-Shock watch. I also found my old G-Shock under the seat of my car. A Christmas miracle. I haven't worked at Christmas at Core Advantage yet, so this year it was my turn. So I came back on the 27th. Luckily it was totally worth it. I tried out some new climbing intervals on the bike, which suck because of that weight bearing effect, and had a workout with the boomers. I hit 20 kilos for 2 sets of 3 on my chin-ups, which felt great until Jesse had his go. The gym flooded, which turned into 2 accidental workouts. So spread them out, then flip them, and then stack them up, then put them away. I had New Year's down in Shoreham. Happy New Year's! But the best thing that happened while I wasn't vlogging was I kept coming up with new ideas for new videos. So there's this thing in sports science called PAP, or post-activation potentiation. Hip thrusts I'm introducing again. Thanks Argel for the reminder about vector-based training, where you lift something heavy and it activates your motor units so you're more explosive on something like a jump or an Olympic lift. Back plank, amazingly powerful exercise, just to wake your erectors up and get some time and attention into your erectors and your multifidus. We have a theory here at Core Advantage that it also works the other way. So you can do something explosive like a light dumbbell snatch, take it into your core lift or your squat, and you get this explosive hip extension effect, and it sort of increases your rate of movement and rate of force development. So deliberately in the zone of interference to shut down the mTOR and up the AMPK to keep my body weight low. I don't want to add any more mass. I don't want to look like Trez. I can't handle that much muscle. Problem is, any rotational core work, there's just not enough rotational core in it, and it always ends up just being arms or shoulders or legs. So for Rupert, we're using the clean as like a snap, an explosion, which he'll then take into his squat when he goes heavy. So the idea is that, like post-activation potentiation, the clean, which is light, fires up for his squat. Just does a triple, and then goes pretty quickly, and hits his squat. Not rushing, it's not like CrossFit or intervals, but you want to take that power you achieved there and get the snap now on the squat. There is one downside, is that your discs, because they've been relaxed overnight and spread and open, they're expanded and more full of fluid. Valuable lesson, if you do feel something go just a little bit during your warm-up, it's probably a good time that you should leave the max effort stuff alone for the day. unless you've got a vlog to film, in which case you can fake a couple of runs. So that means the rear wall, if you lift poorly, has more chance of being damaged. Possible theory behind my sore shins. Doesn't count unless you get your rings all the way to your ribs. Stopping here, it's half a row. You gotta finish off that last squeeze of the shoulder blades. And no, it's not because you're tight. My hammies have been very tight, very neurally tight. Halfway through my hiatus, I planned that I was gonna come back to vlogging in January and hopefully get back to vlogging. The plan in the new year is to get back to 3-a-week vlogging. That's the plan. But that's just not gonna happen. I need a little bit more time to get more work done here before I get back to videos soon-ish. I hope. Maybe.